All right, everybody. Hello and welcome to your Secret Success Marketing Challenge. I am your host, Melanie Levitz, and we are going to jump right into tonight's call and get started here. So let's go to our outline and let's review and go over your next phase and welcome you to market engagement. This is the time to systemize your new habits and continue the generation of new leads every week with the consistent ability to build new relationships online through cold contacts. I literally just got off a call with somebody that I actually enrolled first through Facebook Messenger and then realized that we're not even friends yet. So I sent him a friend request afterwards. And I went back in the conversation to remember how I know him. Come to find out, he just started responding to my stories. How many of you guys are posting stories? Put a one in the chat if you're doing stories, because people love to see your stories. These are your 24-hour clips that stay on for only 24 hours. So once you post it, it gets removed after 24 and 1 minute, 24 hours and 1 minute. Okay. So back in March, he started responding to those and I responded back. And then literally last month in November is when I started the conversation with him. So I'll show you what that looks like here in a moment so you can get an idea of how I moved that conversation into a presentation. And then I just got off the phone with him about a half an hour ago and got him started in our business. So he's super excited. So let's check in with your accountability partners. And I would love to hear what is working for you guys. What have you had good success with these last few weeks? Who would like to go first?
Just for me, it's face to face works better for me. I've realized that, just from showing the videos, following the system as it's given. However, face to face does work better for me with
Okay.
the people that I come in contact.
So are you meeting them online and then scheduling a time with them to meet in person, or you're just talking outside of social media marketing?
Both actually.
Okay.
People that I see around on social media, to be honest with you, I get some traffic. So I will say the melanista it works. I get more traffic. However, when I have shared and they say, okay, send me the video, and I send it to them, and it's like they just kind of go ghost in a sense. And then I follow
Yeah.
up. I'm like, what did you like about it? And then I'll put it on me and I'll say, hey, I follow up again. I go, hey, I didn't want you to think that I forgot about you. So tell me, what did you like about it? And it's like, oh, can I call you back? Can I get you back? So I'm like, okay, Sharon, just go back to what works for you. And so I realized I'd rather you talk to me and we have a conversation. So then when I reach out to them and actually call them on the phone and we have an actual conversation, and I'm like, hey, what are you doing? You got like 10 minutes. I just need to show you something really quick. I know it's going to take more than 10 minutes, right? But I just asked for 10. If we get to 10 and they're like, then I'll stop. But I know that they're going to like what I have to offer. So I get them on the Zoom and then we keep going. And I kind of like look to find their face and see how their facial expression looks. And they're good. And we keep going. And I'm like, you want to hear some more? And we keep going. And then that's kind of how it's been working. So
Okay.
I have 3 potentials. So I think I'm doing.
Yay. So I love that you shared that, because remember the social marketing challenge is not the one and only win all ordeal that's going to help you get to the top, right? I also still go out and meet people every day. I'm still setting appointments with in person. Yesterday I was at our women's club social gathering, and come to find out I'm sitting next to this like really famous State Farm insurance agent, right? And the lady that I brought happened to be in business as a customer with this insurance person. So we get into talking to travel, and she's very open to seeing how the B2B program can incorporate in her business to keep retention. So I literally scheduled a meeting with her next week to sit with her at her office. So that is awesome that you shared that, because I want you to also know that being in front of people is like the number one way to close, to get sales. The video, in my opinion, is the least likely to enroll people, simply because people are not watching it. They're not getting it. So that is, I go towards that resource last rather than first. So it could be like a second showing. When I'm scheduling to meet with somebody, it's always in person first, if I can. And then second is on Zoom. And if I've been trying and trying and trying, then last resort is to send the video. But I also schedule the time that they're going to watch the video. So I let them know it's 10 minutes. It's not that long. Are you available today or tomorrow to watch it? If they're like, oh, I can't watch it till this weekend, I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna call you Saturday at the scheduled time you told me, and then I'm gonna send you the link afterwards. Or preferred, I'd rather get them on the Zoom, right?
Right.
So you're not always constantly following up. That is where I'm doing the most, where I'm working the most, because I'm constantly following up with people to watch the video because they're just not watching it.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha.
Okay. And then just so you guys have an idea of what this looks like in conversation through social media, using your messenger chat, for example, this is what the conversation looked like. Let me pull it up for you. So, like I said, back in May, he started responding to my stories, because the stories are no longer there anymore after 24 hours. You can't see them. And then, of course, I just said, thank you. So I started responding, thanks. November 15th, he continued to conversate with me. And then he sent me a message. So I said, thanks, brother. Where are you from? And I, of course, ended up going to his profile page so I can get an idea of who he is. So I went to view profile. And then if I wanted to see his friends and who we're mutual friends with, I would click on the followers. And then I would click on the friends section up here. Can you guys see it? And then it would show me all the mutual friends. So then I was like, okay, well, this guy we have 76 mutual friends, and most of these friends were all in our previous company, right? So I know he was in the previous company. So then I have that resource in the back of my knowledge, right? But I don't remember, I know his name, but I don't remember where I know him from. So we have a conversation. Let me go back up a little. So I said, okay, so this is me forming, right? What do I start with first? Where are you from? Then the occupation, right? Okay, so then he's commenting. He didn't respond. Maybe he didn't see it. And then he's commenting more on my stories. Ha ha ha. Okay, commenting more on my stories. And then I finally said, hey, do you remember me from World Ventures, our previous company? And then absolutely, can I forget? And then I'm like, where are you living these days? So back into forming, right? I'm in Houston, working out of Tallahassee. Okay, cool. I'm in Boca. So now it is, what do you do in Tallahassee? I work for State Farm. I'm a specialist. And then I go into just natural conversation. Okay, well, how's business? Hey, by the way, did anyone show you our new lifestyle club we just launched? No, they haven't. Oh, wow, what are you doing in about 55 minutes? So that was Tuesday. I missed it. He missed it. So then I said, no worries. Let's schedule a time. And then I just kept inviting, right? So he got on the 6 o'clock tonight. He jumped on, saw it, and joined on the spot. And he already has friends that were with him in the previous company who were like, hey, if I ever found a company that was just like our previous company, I'm in. So he's already got a list of people that he's going to refer to. And he wanted to start. I don't know if you guys ever had this before. He wanted to start in 2 weeks from now. Because if you notice on the slide deck presentation and Zooms, they're only showing the Viago pack, which is the middle pack that you can join for 450.
Yes.
And I told him, well, first of all, if you want to join the business, then I would say start now at a lower pack so that you can gain the momentum of me building underneath you between now and the next 2 weeks. And in 2 weeks, you can upgrade to the bigger pack. So instead of waiting for him to join in 2 weeks, which a lot could happen, and he could move that out even more, right? Which most people do. I got him in now for a lower rate, and then the chances of him upgrading later could happen versus him not joining at all. Make sense?
Yeah.
So if people give you that, then try to get him in at a lower rate. Your goal is to get him in right away.
Yeah.
Okay? So
Gotcha.
that's what it looks like to have conversations in Messenger and move them into a Zoom call. Anyone else want to share on what's working for them?
Yes. What's been mainly getting a lot of hits for me is mainly the storyboard and the story bridge, and then doing the 24 the video clips. A lot of people, that's how I was able to get 5 people to actually be interested.
Yeah, awesome. So you're using stories and then your storyline. So your videos, the 24 hours, right? We just
Yeah.
talked about. And then you're posting stories. So the longer post,
Yes.
which remember I told you it takes more time and effort to do, but you get more people authentically wanting to know more about you because you're sharing more authentically. So congratulations. That's
Thank you.
awesome. Yeah, Phil. Good job, brother.
Way to go, Philip.
Go us.
Anyone else have something that's working for them?
I'm kind of doing what Philip's doing, and I've started doing stories, and I need to get more and more, I guess, more lengthy in my stories, where I post pictures instead of doing the story. It's the regular post. I get a lot of
Yeah.
hits from my friends that way, especially when I say who wants to go with me on my next trip. I get a lot of people that say yes, and then when I did 2 of my friends, I sent them messages in Messenger and said, when is a good time to set something up so that I can tell you about it. They haven't
Awesome.
responded yet, but I left on my trip just after all that happened. So,
Yeah. Look at
I,
you setting appointments on your trip.
yeah,
So one thing I teach my team is to not just say, when are you available? I always teach them to ask for 2 dates. So if you know you were going to be available on Wednesday or Thursday or Wednesday and Friday, then I would say, hey, how does Wednesday or Friday look for you? Okay. If I know like the lady I just set an appointment with, who's a big insurance ordeal, has a big team, she's always busy. I know that I can't do that because her schedule is pretty tight. So I said, does this weekend or next week work better for you? So it's still always 2 options. When you say, hey, when are you available? It's too much for somebody to handle and think about versus having only 2 options to look at. So when she said, oh, I can do Wednesday or Thursday at this time or this time, she actually came back to me with the times, but normally I would go back to them and say, okay, if they said Saturday is better or next week is better or Thursday is better, they give you 1 day, then that's when I give them 2 time options. Okay, Saturday at 12 or 3, which one's better? So then again, they can precisely give you an answer rather than having to be overwhelmed and think how they could fit you in their schedule, rather than you being in control of your schedule and you fitting them in yours.
right,
Mm.
right.
So you'll get better responses when you give them only 2 options.
And I did share the club with a lady in the spa when I was doing my first hydrotherapy treatment. Um, no, it was my second day. It was my second day. And I got her information and I sent her the video. She belongs to Prestige. Have you ever heard of Prestige
I think so, yeah. There's
Travel
so many
Club?
companies. Okay.
Yeah, but she says she's not satisfied with it.
Oh, okay.
I said,
Nice.
I'm not trying to poach you, but if can I have your information and I'll send you. I said because we're just launched our new company and she hasn't responded to her. I sent her the one video and I just need to follow up with her. I did
Okay.
do kind of a cold introduction to it to a guy sitting next to me on the plane back from Cancun to Charlotte.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
I said, I kind of explained it up to him the best that I could. And he, when it came right down, I asked him, I said, could I have your information so I can send you a video on it? And he politely said he wasn't interested. So I said,
Perfect.
okay, but I
No
tried.
problem. So moral of the story is go on a trip and get a
Right,
lot of contacts. I'll tell
right.
you, that's one thing I regret not doing sooner when joining. My very first trip in being a part of the travel industry wasn't until 2 years after getting started. And once I started going on more trips, I started getting more people because I was sharing my experience naturally online before I even knew about social media marketing, right? Before it was even popular. And people are watching and they're like, how are you going on so many trips? You know, do you even, I used to get all the time, do you even work anymore? Like, I thought you were in the military,
I
right?
get that
And then, of
still.
course,
Yeah.
people that you're on a flight with to Cancun are also going on vacation. So it's just a natural conversation. Hey, where are you going? Oh, wow. What did you spend? Oh my gosh, I don't want to ruin your trip, but let's exchange numbers and I'll show you when we get back on how much I spent on mine, which is like a fraction of what you spent. And it's a simple conversation. But like you know, Linda, sometimes you're going to come across people that are just not interested. One
Yep.
thing I would suggest is saying instead of can I have your number, I would switch it to because that gives them the option to say yes or no versus saying what's your number? I'll text you
Yeah.
mine right now so you have mine. What's your information so that I can contact you and we could talk about it after your trip.
Yeah. So
See the
it was
difference?
yeah, it was actually on the way back from Cancun, and they had been to
Awesome. Perfect.
Cancun for a wedding at another resort. So, and he was young with
Nice.
his wife was getting ready to have another baby, and so she was on the plane, but she was sitting in the other exit row, further back on the plane.
Oh, okay. All right, let's jump back into this outline. So I'm glad to hear that you guys are getting results, which is awesome. And of course, as always, make sure that your cameras are on, your distractions are off, write down any questions, put them in the chat. If you guys are watching the recording, make sure that you respond in the comment section below for responses. And then, of course, this is your 8-week agenda, prime to win and sell, the paradigm, prime to buy, the launch phase. And now we are officially in the prime to optimize, which is the systemization phase. So if you've gotten started in the last phase, and your next phase would be going into the prime to win and sell phase, okay? So these are not in any kind of order, just so you have an idea of what it looks like in your 8-week journey, okay? So tonight we're gonna talk about market engagement and the use of the system. And we're gonna go over some of your social media funnel reviews. So who is pretty solid on their funnels, on their social media handles? That you think that it's pretty locked in and ready to use? Vic, did I see a hand raise?
No.
No? Come
No.
on, Vic, why
No.
not?
No,
Where you at, brother?
people clear. I'm just clearing my thingies. Disturbing me.
All right, let's go to your page and see where you're at.
Uh,
All right. So now I see why you said no. We need to get your cover photo up to speed, okay?
Okay.
So your cover photo is landing page. It's kind of like when you come to a book, it's the first cover on the book, right? So we want to know, what is Vic offering? So make sure you get that done, completed, and have that set, because tonight you're going to learn how to bring new leads, cold contacts to your page. And when they come to your page and they see this, there's not much to say about it, right? So we want to get
Right.
precise on what it is that you're offering.
Okay.
Okay, so once I set my mind on it, I will claim it victorious. Travel is my hobby and helping people is my passion. Okay, so again, your intro, we want to make sure that we clean up this bio information. And then of course, what does your background supposed to look like, right? So going to mine, I know your pathways are in travel and wellness. So
Right.
if you're looking at my page, let me go to my page so you can get an idea. So mine is travel and business. So I'm talking about travel and business. Work from anywhere, ask me how. I've earned over $1 million while checking off more than 44 countries. So you can say, you know, work from anywhere, ask me how to stay in shape and make money doing it, right? Or how I've been able to pay, if you're earning a residual income and it's paying your electric bill, ask me how I'm able to pay off my electric bill every month with staying in shape.
Okay.
Right.
I mean, and to be honest, I'm more active on Instagram. So what I noticed is
Okay.
whatever is based on Instagram, then I put on Facebook. But yeah, everything that we're going.
Okay, so let's go to your Instagram page
Oh
then.
damn.
Where do you have more followers?
You gonna learn.
Instagram.
Okay, so let's go to your Instagram.
Right.
What's your Instagram handle?
Oh, Chino 7 Eagles.
Say that again.
Chino, CHINO, the number 7, and then Eagles.
Oh, I see it. Okay, let me share my screen so everyone can see.
Yeah, especially with the story mode. Like I love the story mode. And again, I'm just more active.
Yeah.
I know I could put them together, but I when I try to learn it the first time, I notice it goes to a different Facebook page. So
Okay. If you're going your Instagram page, we talked about your profile picture being like your face and a solid background.
Okay.
Because here it's very hard to see. Like right here, you can see, I know this is Phil, but I can't see his face right here. Right?
Right.
So if you had mostly your face, then in these, if I'm on someone else's page and your picture pops up here, I can easily be like, oh, there's Vic. Let me click on it and see how he's doing.
Okay.
Versus trying to like squint and see who is that? Oh, that's
right.
Delicia's page. But I know it because it's been her profile pic for a long time.
Got it.
Right? This I know is Charlene and her husband, but if she did just her face, I can tell right away instantly. But I know it's her because she's had it for a long time. So same thing for you. You want to make sure it's just your picture, just your face. You see how it's just my face. It's just her face. It's just his face, just his face. You see the difference, how it stands out more?
Big difference.
Okay, so going into your intro, nice Vic, the vlogger, victory to all my circumstances, traveling, saving, and making money is my passion, helping others is my calling. What are you doing to help others? And if your two pathways are travel and wellness, there's nothing in here about wellness.
Right. Got it.
And you want to use numbers. So my Instagram is also about travel and money, travel and business. So Magic Money Mel, top 1% affiliate marketing mentor, make money and memories with Mel. I just kicked this off probably about 2 months ago. Make money and memories with Mel. I think I used AI, Chat GPT, or Google, and I typed all of the positive M words or words that started with M in the travel, and I put in there, what are words that start with M in the travel space? And business, travel and business. That's exactly what I said. And I saw money, memories, and I was like, oh, that's perfect. Make money and memories with Mel. Okay, so find something that rings with you. So people could be like, oh, I want to make money and be healthy with Vic. Okay. And then put some stats in there. Like, what are some things that you've accomplished either in the business side or in the wellness side? So my wellness page that I'm going to be switching here now, if you guys can tell, I started going more into wellness. Is this Instagram is always going to be about travel and money, but my Facebook page is now going to be more about wellness and business. So if it's travel and business, I'm talking about how much money I've made in the travel industry. Okay. Message me ready to learn more. And then I send people to my travel page because I want people to, I started this page because I don't feel like my other page is gaining new followers. So I started this one, and it's a very slow process to build this up naturally. So if you're in here and this is travel, this is just travel, no business. This is one niche only. So it's a product and service, Travel Queen Mel, helping families travel more for less. Because who do I want to attract? Families. Why? Because I'm starting a family of my own. Make sense? So I checked out 44 countries, 48 states, message travel deals to save thousands. And then I go follow Melanie Levitz. So they follow each other. And then I have my assistant only post just travel pics on this. And every picture I have him say in there, can you guess where I am? And then the next day they post in the comments where I'm at. So these are just like little things that I've incorporated with help, because it could be a full-time job. So do with what works for your schedule, but make sure you're sticking around your two pathways only. Okay?
Okay.
Because this is all about you vlogging and traveling. That's all I know.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have wellness in here. So it's contradicting each other.
Got it.
Makes sense? So you're not going to generate as many inbound messages asking you, hey, Vic, what are you doing? Because I see you're in such great shape.
Mm-hmm.
And you're making money doing it.
Okay.
Make sense?
A lot of sense.
Okay. So dial that in. Okay, brother?
Got it.
All right. Okay, let's go back to our outline. Let me move this. Okay, here we go. All right, so my promise is, remember, your investment is your power. If the activity is not active, then your investment went to waste. So if you're not applying the skills that I'm teaching you, then you just invested with me and got no results, okay? So get it done so you can have a productive system in place that will continue to enhance as you continue to do the work that will create more leads and sales, okay? So the last 2 people that I enrolled was because of social media. One of them is local to me, and she just keeps seeing me online all the time and living my best life. And she's like, I have to meet with you. I'm tired of like not doing this. And if it wasn't for me continuously doing the work, then she would have just been a friend that I casually saw her here and there every so often. She would not have come to me and said, I need to see you. I need to finally do this. When in the last 2.5 years, we've been trying to meet up so she could join. You see the difference? Like, I met her, I had a conversation with her. She was interested. She's a realtor, so she's also very busy. And she had a boyfriend at one time where she was able to travel all the time because he had a private plane. Well, now they're not together. And guess what? She still wants to travel, but she doesn't want to pay full price. So she's like, I have to meet with you because I see you going all over. So after my trip from Mexico, we came together. She came to my house. She signed up on the spot. But if I wasn't posting my trip to Mexico, it may not have dawned on her that she needs to sign up with me because I'm still traveling all over the world, even after we were supposed to meet up 2 years ago. You see the difference? Yes. But it's because I'm staying consistent in travel. I'm staying consistent in business. I'm staying consistent in wellness. Okay.
Is it okay
so again,
I'm sorry. Is it okay to constantly,
ahead.
not constantly, to post the old vacation videos and pictures of old
Yeah.
trips, even if it's like 4 years ago, 5 years
Yeah.
ago? Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing on my travel queen Mel page.
Okay.
That post that was posted today was me in Belgium in 2016, 17.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, nobody says, "Oh my gosh, you were just in Belgium." They
Right.
don't say that on my Instagram, at least.
Okay.
I don't have those posted on my Facebook. But there are times where I'll go back. We talked about this on last week's call. I'll go back and comment it on my history. And when I comment on my history under comments, it brings it back up. So everybody that's commented or liked it sees it again. I saw Robin do it actually this week as well. All right. So welcome to the Prime to Optimize phase, the lead generator system. This week, tonight, you're going to go into Facebook. Are you guys all familiar with Facebook groups? You're going to join 4 to 8 groups along your pathway and or your ideal avatar interest, your ideal client's interest, whether it's in business groups, travel groups, health and wellness, beauty, philanthropy, etc. Okay? What you're doing in these groups is not selling, because you will get kicked out of these groups if you do. You're only adding value. And how are you adding value? Remember those engagement post lists we gave you? You're going to use those posts in those groups. So you simply just copy and paste those comments, that list, into those posts, into those pages, those groups. Or you can find inspirational quotes, Bible verses, search engine options, whatever that looks like for you. It's very simple to just take something that's already done and just copy it. So what that looks like is, if I'm in this group, let me close all these. If I'm in this group, Brunch Braves, this is a local group of women that are entrepreneurs in my local city. And I added myself to this group where they added me. And I just provide value in this group. So what does that value look like? Here's a post that I did November 16th. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. That's it. I'm not selling. I'm not doing offers. I'm not two-stepping. And then what happens is people comment, and just like on your page, I'm responding to all those comments. And then you can take it a step further and you can message those people. So I would go here and message her. There it goes. Hi, Tammy. Thanks for commenting on my post the other day in the Brunch Babes group. How long have you been a part of that group?
It tells you already on her page.
Where? Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Mhm.
Well, it's just a conversation. You could do that, or you can say where you're from, are you local, whatever the case may be. I'm just starting conversation is the point.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
Mel,
Still work.
I did that in a group last week. I went through a group like what you're doing, and then if they commented, and then I went to the messenger and reached out to a couple of people, started some conversations, and actually got a call. Well, the lady actually gave me her direct number to call. I called her, we had a conversation. The next day I couldn't get in the group.
She got
Okay.
kicked out.
Wow.
What was the conversation? Why'd you get kicked out?
So I basically had to go, but I did go back in. I went back to add myself back to it. And what me and one of my friends, what I learned was they have people, you know, that are
Monitoring.
monitors. Thank you. And they will, like, they're having conversation with you or whatever, just to kind of see, are you going to try
So
to?
how was the conversation? What was the conversation
I
you
just
had?
basically like what you're doing. Hey, I appreciate you, you know, commenting on my post.
On the phone with her.
Oh, on the phone. Yes. So on the phone, she called. Let me get it right. She called me. I gave her my number. She gave me hers. She called me, but I was on the other call, and I told her I'd call her back. So when I called her back, I was like, thanks for taking my call. You know, and I said, I see you got, you know, that you are on there. And yes, Divas on a Budget is the name of the group. And I'm like, how long,
Okay.
just like you, how long have you been there? And so I said, what do you do? You know, how you have family, how many children do you have? We talked about our children. We talked about what we did for work. I asked her, I said, so what do you do for fun? What do you do to relax? We just had the whole form conversation.
Okay.
And then I asked her, I said, so let me just say this. I am not a travel agent. Okay.
Okay.
But
Let me
I
stop you
noticed,
there. So
yeah, okay.
they were testing you to see if you were going to sell them. So
Yeah.
if you're going in that route and the conversation is not leading them to, hey, I would love to see what you do, then you're probably getting led into a trap to see if you're trying to sell in that group. So I wouldn't, if you feel that intuition happening, then don't ask those questions if you want to be in that group. If you don't mind getting kicked out, because it will happen. It's not, you know,
Yeah.
there's thousands of groups, probably millions. So
Yeah.
you can just start another group. It's not a problem. But
Yeah. Well,
if
I got
that
back
person
in.
doesn't ask me, if they don't ask me questions about what I do, then I'm most likely not going to ask them to move the conversation in a way to get them on a call with me in a presentation, because
Okay.
they're not interested. And I'm looking for the people looking for me.
Right.
If I tell them I'm a part of a lifestyle travel club and I'm traveling at wholesale and they don't ask me how to do it, they're not the person I'm looking for.
Gotcha.
And the only reason why I went into that, you know, I said, let me just say this, I'm not a travel, let me preface this by saying I'm not a travel agent, but I see that you stated that you would love to travel, or you would love to go to, I think they had went to,
Give me the brief version. We got to
maybe it
move
might
on.
have been Thailand or something like that. But at any rate, she said she would love to go, but she couldn't afford it. So that's why I led into that conversation as such. But no, yeah.
If I could show you a way to travel and at a rate that you could afford, that would probably be about 2 weeks worth of grocery shopping. Would you want to see it? Would be my next comment.
Okay.
So if I could, whatever they want, would you want to see? Would be my response. Okay.
Got it. Okay.
All right. So if I'm in a group and I find a group like this, travel influencers, and I go here and I notice for a while, this is a pretty big group. There's 3,000 members in here. And I go in this group and I'm looking at my stuff to see what I've posted. And I notice that in this group, when I'm posting, there's not that many conversations had. October 30th, no comments, no likes. October 23rd, no comments or like. Okay. Here's another one like. There's not a lot of action. I stopped posting there. I'm looking to retrieve a lot of action out of my groups. Okay. So what I want you guys to do now is I want you to take the next 10 to 15 minutes and I want you to find these groups that you can add. Okay, here we are. So I want you to go in there and join 4 to 8 groups that are along your pathway. So what does that look like? When I go to search in Facebook, let me go to my homepage. And I go to the groups section and I do search groups. So I'm going to do women in wellness. Okay. Now it's going to pull up all of the groups, and I want you to look at the amount of groups members have and how many posts are happening a day. So this is a group that is not or ideal for me because there's too many people and there's too many posts happening. That means my post is probably not going to be seen because there's just too much action going on. Okay? So you want to look for a group that has a good amount of people, but not like a lot, 30,000, 20,000. That's a lot of people, okay? It's probably really old and they're probably just marketing sales stuff in there. So I would like this one. There's 8 posts a month. Maybe that's not even enough. Let's see about this one. Happy, healthy women in business, wellness minded. So what you got to do in order to see what's happening is you can either, if it's not private, you can see it, but if it is private, you have to join the group and you may have to answer some questions. So what is your business and what are you hoping to achieve? Provide value and meet like-minded women. Okay. And a lot of times you don't even have to put anything in there. You can just, they're always trying to sell something, right? Which is why they don't want you selling your stuff. And I hit submit. So I got to wait and see if they approve me, which most likely they will. And then I can go in there and see if this is the group that I want to stay involved in. Okay. So let me find another one. Thriving women in business. So if I go in here and I don't answer and I just hit I agree and hit submit, you don't have to answer the questions. And then like this group, 8 members is too small, right? So you don't want to add, you don't want to join something that is not of value for yourself to link with more people. 300,000 people is just way too many. Oh, I see Sharon's in this group. Okay, so if you're not already doing it, you're looking for 4 to 8 groups along your pathways. So Robin will look up travel and business. Phil will look up travel and business. Victor will look up travel and wellness. Ruben will look up business and travel. Linda will look up travel and philanthropy. This is a group that I did a podcast in the other day. So they had me add myself in this group. So now I can start adding value to this group. Is that mine?
Oh God, they're gonna take my call. I don't know what BGM stands for.
Okay, take one more minute. So like this one won't let me hit submit unless I fill something out. All right. Let's move on. So in these groups, you're going to create your introduction post in these groups. You're going to post your introduction posts in all your groups, okay? What that looks like is, remember, it's all about creating new leads. So we can use other people's OPAs, other people's audiences. Remember, you can find these slides in the challenge 1.0 version on melanielevis.com after you log in. So you have a ton of great value there. 90 days worth of more value to learn from. So you'll find these slides in that group. So this is what it looks like when I posted in the small business networking and support group. Hey billionaires, just want to introduce myself, Melanie Levitz from Boca, and I've been an entrepreneur for 10 years. I grew up in a single parent household, learning what not to do. After high school, I joined the U.S. Air Force to travel and obtain an education through the government. I discovered network marketing in the military and knew that it was something I wanted to explore. Being a business owner allowed me to replace my Air Force income in 3 years, no less. And recently I hit the $1 million mark and don't plan on stopping anytime soon. So this was like 4 years ago I posted this. Totally crazy. If you told me 10 years ago, I wouldn't have believed it. Today, I'm a teacher, speaker, and author who helps people use the power of network marketing to create residual income for themselves and their families. Thank you, everyone, for contributing to each other on this platform. I'm excited to get to know everyone and to contribute to the community. And then a few hashtags. So as you can see, I'm like selling myself, not my business. And then also recognizing, instead of just saying, thank you, everyone, you can say thank you and tag the owners of the Facebook group so that you can make sure they recognize you're not trying to sell their audience publicly. Make sense? So yes. You're going to post your introduction post in all your groups once you get accepted. Within the post, you're going to thank the group creator and admins. How do you find those group creator and admins? When you go into the group, you can simply click on the members. So this is travel influencers. This is actually somebody in our company. And you go into members here and it will show you right here under the members, admins and moderators. So Sadie, Morgan, and Laylee are the admins. So I would tag them. And in order to tag them in your comment, in your post, you would hit the @ sign. It's under the number 2 if you're using your keyboard on your computer. And then you would type Sadie and it would be able to tag her. So when you post your introduction, she'll get notified that you tagged her in your post. So then it makes them aware that, hey, this is a new person joining our group, and that's cool. They're just doing an introduction and you're not selling anything, but you're just sharing your story of who you are. So the people that are interested to know how I made $1 million in the industry would reach out to me privately. You see the difference? Versus me trying to pull out people in the group. Of course, use a photo of you clear and bright, respond to all the comments in the thread, and then private message all those who commented and liked posts like we just shared. Hey, Sharon, it's great to connect with you. I appreciate your support on my posts in the group, whichever group it was, Entrepreneurs Networking, and then going into forum. Where are you from? What is it you do? And so forth. Okay. So let's go ahead and take the next 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and write out our introduction post. If you did an introduction post already in this challenge, you can take that introduction post and just copy it and use it in the groups. So how would you find that? Use these. So I would go to my Facebook page and I would just type in there, hey friends, because that's probably how I started it. Go to post. Maybe I need to put it in a little more. Just want to introduce myself. Oh, this is new right here. So you can actually break it down even more. Post from who, and then I could type my name. So now I'll pull up just me. Okay. So this is the one I did in June. And then there's a picture of me. Okay, so it's pretty much the same, except I edited the years that I've been a professional now, right? It's pretty much the same. So what I would do is I would copy all of this and just post it into the group. You may have to change a few things depending on how I want to make sure I'm not selling in that group, right? So now I go back to the groups. So I'll do it in that group I just got added to, the thriving group, Thrive and Rise and Thrive. And paste.
So Melanie, we copying that, but we need to make sure we take out the call of action.
Yeah, so you want to make sure you're not selling in there. Okay, so just make sure it relates. So like I'm editing mine now too. So I'm just saying, hey, hey to the group, right?
Right.
I'm new to the group and just want to introduce myself versus saying, hey, some of you guys may know me, some of you won't, because that was on my personal page.
Okay.
And I changed my verbiage from 4 years ago from network marketing to social marketing. Because people have something against network, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in my personal page, I had the call to action, ask me how today. I definitely would not put that in the group. I'm just sharing what it is that I do without my offer. And then I end it with, thank you. So you see, I put the at Regina and Raquel for putting this group together. I'm excited. And now I actually have and now I recently added, if you have a YouTube channel, I added in here my link so people could start following me there because I want to build that up. So that's now in my signature block for a repost as well. And then a picture. While adding a photo, you want to make sure that your photo is, again, very limited background, mostly your face, you centered. So that it's easy on the eyes. It captures the attention on the eyes. You don't see your post be shared right away. It's because a lot of admins have it where they need to approve the post before sharing it so that they don't get people selling things on their page. So it will say post is pending. An admin will have to approve it. So I can copy this and I can post it in other groups too. Oh, what did it do here? Ooh. That's weird. I've never seen that. It made links for all of my hashtags. What is this link? Oh, it goes to the folder for that hashtag. Okay.
You said it's up to the admin people to add it to the group. It's just
Yeah.
gonna, okay, so it's just gonna stay in the pending status, right?
Yeah. They
Okay.
have to. So I don't know why it did that. I don't know if I could delete it or not. I think I can. But before I do, I want to save this. Then I'll have to type it again. Doesn't let me delete it. Oh well. If you have an iPhone and a MacBook, you can copy from your computer and paste on your phone, and vice versa, if you didn't know. So I'm just posting it in more groups from my phone so it doesn't give me that error it had on this that you just
Interesting. I
saw.
might have to go back and get me a MacBook.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Really
Got
cool
the
feature.
iPhone.
I have a MacBook.
Hmm.
I actually bought the is that not actually a MacBook? I actually bought the Pro 16 incher.
Okay. Yeah, nice. I got it too. Every 2-3 years, I have to upgrade. You know, we're
Yeah.
mobilepreneurs, so
Yeah.
gotta have a work phone. Nothing that's lagging.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really nice. I took it on my trip to Mexico, and it wasn't that heavy.
Oh yeah, perfect. So this is a group that's my city. And I've never done an introduction post in here, so I'm gonna do it in there. I'm just looking for the admins in here, so I could tag them. So this is what it looks like on my phone. So same group, just went over here and pasted. I'm new to the group. I changed the topic. Obviously, not the same group. Hey, Deerfield Beach. I'm new to the group, just want to introduce myself. So everything was pretty much the same. And then I copied the end so it doesn't look crazy like the last one. And then I posted a top picture and post and tag the. And then again, it says here, thanks for sharing. Your post will be approved by admins. So if you hit refresh and it's not there, then you know it's waiting for approval. And it will tell you here, pending post, manage post. If you want to see it, you can go back and see it. But once you post it, there's no way, oh, on the phone there is. Okay, cool. So on the computer, you can't edit it or delete it, but on the phone you can. So the features are different, which is why I like using the phone more, because you have more options. Okay. So maybe I can go into the group with Rise and Thrive and edit it there. Let me see. So you see how it did all of these links? She's not going to want that on her page. So I can go here, edit, and delete all that and repaste it. Much better. Oh, did it still do that?
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay, cool. So refresh. In order to refresh, you just scroll it all the way down to where you see the top in the top doing the circle, and then it refreshed. So now it looks better with the hashtags at the bottom. All right. So there's always new features I'm learning with you. while we do this together, which is why I love this challenge, so that we can stay in the loop together with all of the enhancements and updates. And I also continue to invest in my knowledge to bring you the latest updates with the algorithms and stuff that is happening, because it's always changing, right? So this way you get the best of the best and you know what's working. Okay, any questions? Pretty simple tonight, right? So again, this is where you're generating new leads. So make sure that your page, if you haven't gotten up to that part on funnel creation, you will get there, no problem. And you're just creating new leads through these groups. So you're using OPA, other people's audiences. Okay, so if you're selling in there, again, you're gonna get kicked out. I've gotten kicked out. It's okay, no worries. There's a ton of other groups I could join. Your job is to become the friendly expert. Okay. So again, these are the slides from our first challenge that you have access to as well. Okay, so you're taking your introduction post, putting in your groups once you get approved. So maybe you haven't gotten approved yet, so you'll have to do that throughout the week. Thank the creator and the admins, respond to the comments within the first hour. And we say that because that's when the algorithms recognize there's conversations happening on that post. So it's more likely to push out that post to more people. And when there's activity going on, which is why we say try to do it in the first hour. We know like that's not always going to be the case because life is happening. Life is lifing, okay? And then the goal is to move the conversation to Messenger. If you get on a call and you feel like they're fishing for you to see if you're trying to sell them, don't fall into that conversation. Let it happen naturally. Let them ask you. And if you get kicked out, you get kicked out. It happens. It's no problem. But your goal is to move the conversation into an opportunity, a presentation, or video. So if they're not asking me what I do, then they're most likely not interested. All right, they're just fishing to see if I'm trying to sell in that group. Your action moves and review. Commit with your partner to review which 4 to 8 groups you've joined and what value posts you will use for the week. 2 to 3 days minimum of post in your groups. Okay. So again, if you're looking to generate new leads, this is where they're coming from, other people's audiences. Schedule a day and a time for your partner to review your value posts. And remember, if you have somebody interested in the challenge, there's the affiliate program for 30%. Any questions, comments?
Nope, that was good
Pretty simple
information.
stuff, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.